Hey, welcome back to an episode of Instagram Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. And as always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
You look good. I'm doing pretty good. This week, we're going to talk about Way of the Househusband, which, honestly, I don't know what to say, man. It's not good. It's terrible.
Right.
Neither of us enjoyed it at all.
True. Those are all true, yes.
And when it comes down to it, I don't think anybody should waste their time with this one.
Mm-hmm.
The manga did so much better.
Right.
The live action did so much better.
Which is a first. Yeah, right.
It's first for us, at least that being our opinion. It was so highly disappointing that I didn't struggle to find compliments for it, you know, because it was so glaringly obvious to me whenever they did things right that you could realize what it is while you're watching it. You could go, okay, so that's like other anime, and everything else just like the manga, but like more work, in my opinion.
It's a stay away from, in my opinion, kind of show. I know that a lot of the times we gauge things and we're pretty like, hey, you know, we'll say something like, it wasn't good, but you know, whatever. I don't regret watching it. I absolutely regret watching that.
Oh, like, yeah.
There's no way I'll get that time back. And you did say the only saving grace is the fact that the episodes aren't full length. They're short.
They're pretty short, and they're only 5 episodes. This is just half a season. And oh my god, the fact that there's any more is insane. We're not going to cover any more than this.
No. I was so stoked when I saw it was half a season, because at the beginning I was just like, fucking, I'm like, fucking Netflix giving us 5 seasons, and I fucking damn well know there's fucking more out there, you know? I mean, 5 episodes, you know? And then when I started watching, I was like, I am so fucking happy this is only 5 episodes. Like, I couldn't do 12 episodes of this. I would have to, like, I'd pull my hair out. I'd fucking gouge my eyes out. It'd be so bad.
They put that trailer out a little bit ago. Not too long ago. But they put that trailer out. And the second I saw it, like,
You knew.
You just knew. You knew. And here it is.
Yeah.
So how have you been? What's new with you, dude? Like,
well, I've been good. I've been working at my family's restaurant. My sister, because my sister was pregnant. She is no longer pregnant. She had her baby.
Yeah.
She was born on the 11th of April, which was really cool. I got to see her, I think, the next day. Like, I don't know. My sister's a fucking champ. Her water broke. Okay, so what happened here was, Saturday, she hit us up. It's like, hey, because we're supposed to take care of my nephew, my 10-year-old nephew Shannon, while, you know, they were in the hospital because they couldn't keep an eye on him, and me and Sierra had already agreed upon that. So they're like, hey, my sister's like, I think I'm just gonna go to the hospital on, you know, Saturday and get induced. Like, I don't want to be pregnant anymore. I was like, no, I don't blame you. I absolutely wouldn't want to be pregnant either. So she dropped off her son, and like, we got all this stuff. We went grocery shopping. We had a whole thing. And then I think an hour or two passed by, and then she hits me up. It's like, hey, they sent me home from the hospital. They're like, can't do nothing. And she's like, you just gotta wait. You just gotta continue to be pregnant. So she was bummed. They picked up his stuff and Shannon, and they went home. And then the next day, Sunday, I get a message. And it's just like, hey, so my water broke. And I was like, oh, dude, fuck yes. Like, that's that's what we want, right? We fucking did it. And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Do you want me to like go over and get Shannon? Do you guys have enough time to drop him off at my place or whatever? And my sister goes like, nah, I think we're gonna get breakfast pretty quick. You know, and
why?
Then, I don't know. That's my sister. She's like, I think their logic is, once you get put into the hospital or whatever, once you're pregnant, like, they don't let you eat, right? So because she had just woken up, she hadn't eaten anything. Like, she was hungry, right? So it's just like, cool. Who knows how long she'll be in labor for, right? And she's like on an empty stomach. She's like, I don't want to do that. So she's like, I'm just gonna get some breakfast. I was like, okay.
Just time to eat some breakfast.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, you're the pregnant lady. Do what you want, you know. So they finished their breakfast. They eventually made it over to drop off Shannon, and they're like, okay, cool, see ya. And then once they got to the hospital, within 2 hours of them being checked in, boom, baby was out. And I was like,
Nice.
dude, what a pro. She's like, yep, no big deal. She says, it's hurt so bad. She's like, I forgot how it felt. It's been
Yeah.
10 years since she,
Well,
since
that's
she had a
all a
kid.
part of it too. Your brain blocks out that much
Hmm.
pain, or whatever, so that you can have kids again. It's like a
Hmm.
whole human thing. Anyways,
But yeah,
yeah.
she's like, it was the worst feeling ever. I was like, oh, nice, you nailed it. And she's a person that advocates a lot of like no epidural. I want to have like a natural birth. And I was like, yeah, no, absolutely, more power to you. A lot of people love the painkillers because it helps the
Hmm.
process, which is excruciating. She's like, no. And then she was saying that adamant, I'm not doing it. No epidural. Fucking gonna just do it all natural. Did it the first time. Do it the second time. Okay. She said that they're like an hour and a half in, and she's just like, give me the juice. Like I need this fix. She's like, I don't fucking care anymore. Natural birth be damned. Like I don't want to feel this anymore. And the doctor's like, nah, bro, it's too late. Like
Too late, homie.
you're
Yeah,
on this
damn.
ride, bro. So she just had to tough it out. But she's a pro. Shout outs to her. Really happy for her. And my happy for my brother-in-law and my nephew. He was like really stoked. My nephew has been very like calling the baby like it or her or like that thing. Not really like being not really warming up to it. But as soon as like he saw the photos of the baby and like they FaceTimed, like he was just like you could tell like he was like ecstatic. I can't wait to see my baby sister. It's gonna be so nice to hold her. And I was like, cool, man. That's how you should feel.
Yeah.
Get on board essentially. Like
Kids are
this,
weird, but he's old enough to recognize, like, oh shit,
yeah.
okay, yeah, this is different.
So I got to meet her. Like I said, it was really nice. I usually I tend to avoid babies because they're small and they're fragile, and I don't ever want to be responsible for anything happening to them. I even refrain from like toddlers. Like I was like, I don't know if I want to really. But I've been trying to like acclimate myself to younger kids because again, like growing up, I was never really around them. Even when Shannon was born, like I don't think I ever held him when he was an infant, by choice. And then my sister moved out, and her and her you know husband back then they weren't married, but they raised him when he was little. So eventually he grew up and stuff. But like you tend to do. So I was like, no, I'm gonna hold this baby. Like I gonna do it. And I was like really nervous. Did it. It felt nice, but it was really scary. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to fucking like crush. It's tiny. It's like
Oh, I
seven
know.
pounds.
Those things are so
I was
scary.
like,
When you're
it's
not
like
like, it's not your child. It
exactly.
feels different.
And I was like, it's like still squishy. It's like still like kind of like lumpy or something. I'm like, oh no, is it falling apart? And I was like, I was held it for a good. I felt it. I don't know for 20, 30 minutes. It felt really nice. And then it started like going like, I'm like, oh, it's gonna spit up. I was like, what do I do? And I just handed it off. So I'm not ready for that part of
I like how you're
babies.
just like, oh yeah, Shannon's really warmed up to calling her his sister or whatever. You're like, oh, it's gonna spit up. Get
It's
it
gonna
the
spit,
fuck
yeah.
away from me.
Yeah. Well,
You're like calling
then-
it and just like
Yeah.
pushing it on other people.
And my sister, like, just started like tapping her
that.
back or whatever and stuff. And like, she knew what to do. And I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool to just kind of know what to do with your baby. And I was thinking, like, she's kind of tapping her a little hard. But I was just like, I mean, she's a mom and she's done this before. So she probably knows the right way to actually tap the baby. And I'm just like,
You
being
want
a little.
to tell your sister how to tap
Like, hey,
her
yeah,
child?
exactly. Like, hey, you're kind of hitting that baby a little too hard, bro. Maybe ease up on that baby. The baby only weighs 7 pounds. But yeah, so
Totally.
that was honestly like the largest part of the weekend, and like this past week, welcoming a new member to the family. Also because one funny thing from the weekend while Shannon was with us, we went over to Dave's house. That's Sierra's dad's. Because he was out of town during Easter, so we did Easter again.
Yeah. Okay.
And we did like another Easter egg hunt. And Shannon was allowed to participate in like the adult Easter eggs, so like the older kids, what they call it, because Dave had already planned out stuff for the girls. So we're like, okay, that's fair. So he still got to look for stuff. But before we do the Easter egg hunt, Corey, my brother-in-law, lets out like a really big fart. And this is the second fart that he's left out today. The first fart he let out in the middle of Dave giving a prayer before food. And like Corey's trying not to like. Corey is giggling, and like I look at Shannon, and I know he wants to like die, and I had to, I
Dude,
go like,
poor
I'm like,
Shannon,
oh my god, I'm
holy
like, I was
shit.
like, dude, hold it together. I was like, this is a really important moment. Like I understand, like this grown man just farted, and he is giggling himself. You can't do that, He's just like, he held it like a real one. But anyways, now we're waiting in the kitchen for the eggs to be hidden, And then Corey just lets out another fart. And then Shannon just goes, "What is up with this dude?" Just calls him out, right? And and it's everybody just starts laughing, and even Corey's wife is just like,
the way
damn.
You put it too.
Yeah, just like, dude, you just got fucking blasted by this fucking little kid. And I was just like, I don't know, Shannon, like, this is just who he is. Like, we also don't know what his deal is. This is his personality, I guess.
Yeah, his personality, huh?
He's just a bundle of farts. But yeah, it was fun. He had a good time hanging out with my nieces. I don't think he'd ever had a chance to meet them.
Cool.
So they all played together. They did the Easter stuff, and yeah. So yeah, it was a good weekend. I don't think besides new anime and Way the Househusband, I didn't watch anything. Oh, that's not true. I finished El Camino finally.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just like, I was laying. Oh, Shannon went to bed, and Sierra also went to bed, and I was just like, oh, I'm just kind of chilling by myself. It's a Sunday night, and I go, maybe I'll watch something. I couldn't really think of anything. I wasn't really in the mood for anime, and I was like, well, maybe I'll watch something on my list. And then it popped up like, continue. I was like, oh shit, I can finish this. I only got like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes in the first time. I was like, I'll just finish it. It was good. It did just feel like a long episode of, another episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Just another good episode of Breaking Bad.
Another good episode of Breaking Bad. And then after that, after I finished El Camino, I just started I just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna rewatch Better Call Saul. So then I just started watching that.
That's such a good show.
It's a good show, yeah. So I think they just started filming the new final season of Better Call Saul. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a good time to kind of check that out and get ready for season 6. Yeah. That's it, man. That's all I've really been up to. I'm leaving tomorrow to Vegas for Sierra's grandma's funeral. That's going to be this weekend. So doing the pod, packing up, and then leaving tomorrow super early. And that's probably what I'm going to talk about next week, besides all the new anime, which is a lot. Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's fucking...
What up with you, dog? What has your life been this last week?
I don't know, man. It's been a weird last week here. It's my last week of work,
Nice.
So it feels strange.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not excited about it. I'm not like looking forward to being done with it, but I'm also not looking back and being like, oh man, I regret this. It's a real like neutral situation for me right now, which feels so weird. Like, I guess it's because when I go into work, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just fucking here. I'll help with anything, and I'm here for advice, and I'm just kind of chilling. I don't know. It feels so bizarre.
I guess I have 2 questions about this. One, do you know how much you're going to be paying for rent now that you live there? Has that still not been? Of course not.
Come on.
No. Okay. Yeah. What a stupid question. What a dumb question.
Yeah. No, you would think so. Actually, so I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast, but while back when I first got the promotion to manager and Emily came over as my assistant manager, we were both supposed to sign new contracts, and it kept being pushed off more and more. And our general manager was like, I'll bring it in tomorrow. I'll take care of this next week, whatever. And he's like, look, guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. I haven't had enough time to write them up yet. I keep thinking I'll find the time, but I'm not sure when I will. So that's where we're at. Mm-hmm. And we're like, should we keep asking about it? He's like, nope, I will for sure have it. And we're like, all right, it's been like over a month. Fuck it. We're not going to care about it anymore. Who gives a shit? On yesterday, he had Emily sign her contract after all this fucking time.
Nice.
Emily has already said, hey, I'm going to quit. I'm just not sure when. So just a heads up, we're buying my husband's grandpa's house. So she's doing nice. Like all that. She doesn't want to have to live on the property and be on call and stuff. So she has a pretty good reason why she shouldn't be here. But just now is when they're having her sign her fucking contract. And I'm like,
way to drop the ball on that one. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen with my whole rent situation, but I'm just going to not stress about it. And I'm just going to wait until they go, hey, why didn't you guys get rent from Chris? And then they would be like, nobody said anything. I'm sitting here like, yeah, nobody has said anything. And I'm willing to pay however much fucking money, but I haven't gotten shit. Nobody
Right.
has said anything. So,
Okay, question 2. Now that you will no longer be employed, as the fucking manager, do you have any plans to grow out your crazy beard again?
no.
Oh, damn it. I really liked it when you looked like a wild person.
Why?
It was fun. I don't know. It was just like, hey, this is like, especially when you would introduce you to people like, oh, this is my friend Chris. It was his trip or whatever. Just like, hey, how's it going? It's like this fucking poof, it was, I don't know. It was just always nice. I remember my mom seeing like,
nice.
How's Chris doing? He's like, good. Oh, no, she would call you Christopher. How's Christopher doing?
Yeah.
Good. Has he cut his hair? Has he shaved his beard? It's like, no, he's looking really, really sexy, Mom, Okay, one can only hope. If you do decide to, let that bad boy go wild, I am 100% behind it.
I don't think I will. I don't think
Okay.
that's what's in the cards for me yet, but who knows? It could always change. I like a little bit of scruff.
Yeah.
I like the scruff. That's about it. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. What else?
So yeah, this week's been very strange at work. It's just been mild and nothing really going on. I have watched so much anime. I've played a lot of Monster Hunter, even though I've finished everything. There's a whole mechanic in it where essentially you use your like monster parts and quest rewards and stuff to make necklaces, and the necklaces have super good power-ups on them. But usually they're all fucking garbage. You'll be like, oh, that part's really good, but those other 2 parts of it fucking suck. So anyways, I'm just kind of mindlessly playing Monster Hunter while I'm throwing on like Twitch streams and stuff. Things that I don't really care about. And I don't have much else to say. My sister is 11 months sober. That's fucking
Yay,
nuts. Shout outs
shout-outs.
to Emma for killing
That's
it.
dope.
And then my mom's birthday is Friday, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
This is about it. That's all that's really going on. And my
That's
last
dope,
day
dude.
of work is also Friday, so yep.
Yeah, man. Those are all positive things. I'm happy about all those things. Congratulations to
solid
you
stuff.
and your family.
But yeah, I haven't been up to a whole lot other than that. I checked out The Nevers. I don't know if you've seen trailers for
I've
The
seen
Nevers.
trailers about it. It's just like 2 chicks shooting some people with an umbrella, and I go, what is this?
It's like Princess Principal,
Oh,
but
God.
like supernatural.
I'm going to pass. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you for that. Very,
It's,
So
I have
concise.
no idea how I feel about it right now, but it's Victorian London kind of vibes, with some steampunk shit going on. It's like now electricity is just being introduced into society, right?
is it HBO or is it
HBO,
Amazon?
yeah.
Okay.
And it's being directed by Joss Whedon, and I'm a mixed fan of his, Firefly fucking killed it. I loved Firefly. I didn't really care about Buffy personally. I didn't care
Sarah
about
loves Buffy.
the Avengers stuff too much. Like nothing that I've seen him do has made me freak out. Oh, I did like Dr. Horrible. Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog was dope. That was him, right?
Isn't it, I don't know. I all I know him from is Buffy and Firefly and the Avengers stuff. But and from being a allegedly horrible human being.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that's why I'm like, it's kind of a weird thing since he's still a hot topic. I don't know how I feel about the show yet. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm intrigued, but I'm not going to get too committed to it. Feels like it's a combination of like Princess Principal meets Sherlock Holmes meets X-Men. So like it's got all kinds of different wacky things that it treats itself very seriously when it needs to, but it's also a little ridiculous at other points.
Right.
One episode. Who fucking knows? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, still doing great. Waiting for Anthony Mackie to go full gay again. Get some virtual reality sex stuff going on. You remember?
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. One of the things I watched while I was like, put in the background while I was like animating this past semester was Black Mirror. I rewatched all of it, like all of them. Actually, no, I skipped 2 of them. I skipped Metalhead, which I'm just not a fan of.
That's the black and white.
That's a black and white one, yeah. And then I also skipped the fucking the one with Miley Cyrus. Again,
Oh, that one was okay.
Not too huge into that one. But
Yeah.
I absolutely was when I was watching the was it the Viping
Striking Vipers?
Striking Vipers
Maybe,
one?
yeah.
I was just like Trip loves this one. They're
It's
hella
so,
gay.
it surprised me how they just kept being so angry and so like sexually fueled. It was crazy. That episode blew my fucking mind.
It was
because it didn't feel like it was a Black Mirror episode. It felt like it was a parody in some ways. Like
I just really like hats off to the the acting in that episode because I just love the bit where they're in the rain and they're just like, yeah, if we kiss each other and we feel
they
something,
fucking fight each other after
yeah,
kissing.
and they kiss
Holy
each other.
shit.
They kiss each other. They're like, nope, yeah, me either. Yeah, cool. And then they start fighting, and it's like, and then she goes to jail, and his wife picks up. Was like, you're not gonna tell me what the fuck was happening. It's like, well, it's just a good episode for sure.
It's so weird because clearly I can't put myself in their shoes. I don't know their whole life, but I figure that being married with a family definitely makes things a bit more complicated for when you're having sex with your bro in virtual reality and you feel everything and it's all genuine and you form that genuine connection. But
spoilers for Black Mirror.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? It's been out for a while. We've talked about it. Fuck it. But like the fact that could all happen and then they kiss each other in real life and go, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah, that shit was really funny.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine that. I would imagine being so sad if I didn't feel that same way, or like so happy that I didn't feel that same way, but not angry.
No, I think that anger was them being sad. Like
I know,
because it's kind of lying themselves.
But like,
it's really well done. Is what it is. I just it is a really funny moment. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite episodes. It's not my favorite episode. I have for
best
sure.
Episode.
No, there's better ones, but that's a really good one.
No, the other virtual reality one, I love, and that actually, I think that stars the dude that's in, Falcon
what's his name?
And the Winter Soldier,
something agent, U.S. agent. He is, he actually fucking auditioned for the original Captain America. He didn't get it. That's also someone's son and daughter, like two famous actors.
Son and daughter.
Sorry. Son,
yeah, no, I understand what you're meaning now.
The son of,
I was like, I wonder who this other person is. We'll find out. And then it clicked, yeah.
I think he's Kurt Russell's kid. I think he might be Kurt Russell's kid.
I'll believe it. I think Russell might be his last name. Sure.
Yeah. But... I haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. I just want to get a chance to
it's okay.
watch it with Sierra because we watched it's Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's kid. His name is Wyatt Russell, I think. Yeah, that's his name. I like him. I really like that episode.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's killing it in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Everyone's doing really good in that show. But his Black Mirror episode is for sure one of my favorites.
One of your favorites,
It really instills that like genuine human fear in all different facets, which I loved.
I really still really like White Christmas a lot, man. Fucking John Hamm just hamming it up. Doing the old hamster.
The Black Mirror museum. That one's they've got lots of good ones. It's a great show. It's a
good show.
Not a big fan of the movie, but
no, yeah, fucking season, was it? What was it called? Bandersnatch. That sucks ass. They always try to make me watch it. Like, hey, dude, you want to watch Bandersnatch? Like, no, dude, I tried it.
Already been snatched. Don't worry about it.
What else? Oh, actually, one last thing I've been watching before we get into the next bit. I have been watching me and Sierra on the side. The Challenge still. Not just this current season. This current season is actually really close to wrapping up. Her and I Fantasies teams have scored in. We're like 900 points deep. Okay, we're really close. I think I only have like a 20-point lead or something like that, and I'm really worried. Okay, but it's coming to an end. But we've also been watching like the back catalog, and I think we've finished like 5 or 6, maybe even 7 seasons. That every time the podcast comes up, it's always like a really busy episode. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to also just throw in my challenge, challenge talk.
We don't need the challenge this week, you guys.
No.
They could wait another couple of weeks.
Yeah, but now the issue is I have so much challenge backlog that I was like, I'm just gonna have to like do a rapid fire, be like, hey, dude, these are the seasons, these are the gimmicks, this is what I gave them because I'm so behind. But yeah, we've been watching a bunch of that shit.
That's great,
which is cool because I'm glad we're really close to like we're in like getting close to season 30. Like we're
Okay.
in season 27 or season 28 right now, which means we're almost done with everything. And I was like, Sierra, once we finish this, we're done, and
We're out.
we're not held, we're not held captive by this anymore. And then we can watch Ink Master and watch all the seasons of Ink Master. Yeah, I'm a huge reality TV show slut. God, I want Survivor to come back so bad.
So yesterday I actually watched all of Donkey watching The Tester. Have you seen The Tester? Yeah.
No, I
forgot about this. It's a show that I watched in either 2011 or 12 whenever it came out. PlayStation had a reality TV show where your job was to be a PA at a production assistant at Santa Monica Studios. And holy shit, dude. I forgot about how fucking dumb it was. I love it. Ego Raptor got voted on. Yeah, Aaron Hansen got voted on.
He's a photo of him.
He's talked about it before, how upset he was that like they took so many things out of context. No. You're gonna get to watch it. I know that you're excited now.
Oh, now I'm stoked. I love bad reality TV show that's competition.
See, if I was watching it with somebody else, I would have watched it, and not watched the Donkey stream. But watching it alone, it was fun to have him pausing it and making stupid jokes like I would do with friends or whatever,
Hold on, Donkey streaming now? I thought he was changing YouTube. I thought he was...
It's
there's no Minecraft Mondays anymore?
No, it's Drama Mondays, and that's a part of Drama Mondays because it's a reality TV show, and there has to be drama, so...
God, Donkey, you're okay? He's so good at marketing himself. Guys, I'm sorry to tell you that, Minecraft Thursdays has been canceled, and it is now Minecraft Fridays and Saturdays. God, Donkey's so funny.
He's a hella funny YouTuber. I like him.
Yeah,
and streamer too, I guess.
He's like, I'm so sick of just making these great fucking videos for you when all these other shows, these fucking videos make so much more money than mine. He's too funny.
Yeah, man. He was fun to watch. The Tester. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Some people on that show do not feel real, and I don't know if they are or aren't real people. But the idea is a bunch of gamers all like were selected from a large pool of people who entered, and then they go and they live at this place for like a few weeks or whatever, and then they do challenges the whole time, and some of them are very video game oriented, other ones are not at all. Like one of the first things they do isn't video game oriented whatsoever, and I'm just like, man, fuck that.
What's the point? Yeah.
Yeah. They also treated Aaron kind of like a piece of shit, which I thought was really interesting.
Nice.
Like the reason that I thought it was so interesting is either they really didn't like his personality or his humor or whatever he was doing there, which is probably what it was, or they just didn't like the fact that he won a community voted like thing so strongly.
Oh, okay.
Like he put out a video and was like, "Hey, I want to do this thing. I think it would be a lot of fun. So like vote for me, I guess, if you want to." And then boom, he's insanely successful.
Landslide. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's interesting. I want you to check it out and see clearly he didn't win. Otherwise we probably wouldn't have seen Gang Grumps that exact same year. Anyways, that was a fun time. And then I've been watching BoJack Horseman again, with Kyle. So we're halfway through season 2.
Congratulations to Kyle. I'm so happy for him.
And that's, season 2 is where it becomes the show that it wanted to be. Season 1 had like a couple of episodes of absolute fucking who knows what they're doing, but they're making some kinds of jokes. By the end of season 1, you have like some consistent writing humor that fits its way into the seasons going forward. Like you'll see a lot more wordplay from Princess Carolyn by the end of season 1. And then season 2, she's full on just like rhyming, alliteration, pun master. It's a good time. Vincent, like he's about to head out. So that's where we're at in the show.
Cool, man. I'm happy
Vincent
for you.
Heading out. Yeah.
Let me know when you guys get to the fucking favorite episode, the monologue episode.
Oh yeah. Free churros?
Yeah, that's
free
the
churro?
one.
I don't remember. Yeah, that one's fucking good.
Good. Yeah, that's a good one.
I also tried the new Pac-Man 99 game that came out last week. I don't honestly know how I feel about it because it hits that same point that Mario 35 hit for me, to where it didn't feel like I was playing against other people. It just kind of feels like you're playing the game and shit's happening. Where Tetris 99 really does feel like you're playing against other people and you have a little more agency, and I don't know. I like Pac-Man, so I had a good time playing it. I haven't played Pac-Man in a long time. It's fine. Another problem with it is Tetris 99 has like free events and free things that go on, and you get like free themes and you get new icons and stuff like that. And I was checking out all the different themes in Pac-Man 99. They look so fucking good. They completely change everything. It looks amazing. But all of them cost money. Like, you can't get anything for free in the game. So, yeah, there's no unlockables. There's not really any incentive for me to play more because I had a good time with it. I don't care about getting in first either because it feels so random. Like, one round, I'll be doing really good. And then I get like 50th. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was doing good. Another round, I'm doing pretty bad. Oh, shit, I'm in 14th? Okay. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm playing with any kind of strategy in mind outside of the normal Pac-Man strategy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It feels like I'm just playing my own game, but it's easier than regular Pac-Man.
Right, yeah. Well, bummer.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all. That's all I've been up to. Nothing. Fucking nothing. It's been a great week of nothing.
Okay, cool. So I already said I didn't watch any anime. What about you? Any anime besides new anime?
No, I've watched so much fucking new anime though. There's some stuff I'm pretty excited about. You and I talked before the podcast, and we're both very excited about a show neither of us expected to see really anything from. We were interested in what the fuck it was going to be.
Like that looks strange. I'm excited to watch that. But once I watched it, I was like, that was a really good time.
Like, that was good, right? That was just a good thing. So I'm really excited about next week's episode and being able to kind of talk about so many different fucking shows. Oh my god, there's a million. But yeah, that's it. Just watch a bunch of that. No other anime. Unfortunately, no other anime. Man.
Well, if that's the case, you got some news for me?
I don't have much because, like we said, new anime.
Yeah.
But with new anime being out means that there's always some kind of new anime news, like this one. The World Ends With You anime announced that they will change their opening song because the drummer of the band, Ali or Ali, I don't know, has been arrested due to some kind of a scandal. So, don't know what it could be, but they're changing the intro song. That's fucking wild.
I'm assuming it didn't say it there, but you think like an actual scandal or like a scandal in Japan that's like, he smokes weed or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, like how.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm expecting it to be the same thing. Never mind, bank fraud. All right, we're good.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, yeah, I was sure. My kind of go-to is like he's like. Stuff with kids is my guess.
Weed.
Oh no, my shit's like he's probably diddled some kids or whatever, like child pornography. Wasn't that one director who kidnapped someone or something? What wasn't that? Didn't that happen for like a season of anime? We're like, oh yeah, we're watching this show. Oh, BT Dubs, this fucking director kidnapped like a 13-year-old girl or whatever. Oh, dude, fucking shit's wild. But yeah, cool. Bank fraud.
That really bad show that Kyle and Sierra watched all of?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Fucking.
Oh no, I'm trying to figure out because they watched a lot of bad shows.
Yeah.
No. I guess bank fraud's. It's bad. Is it? Yeah. Would you think that's enough to be like change the song?
It depends on what happened, I guess.
I guess we'll never know.
Because if it directly involved that company,
studio, okay, yeah.
Like they need to distance themselves fast. Yeah. Like, so that was interesting. The intro that you do see is the intro that they are going with. The first episode hadn't aired. It was like the day before it aired, and then that happened.
And then you just put something together in GarageBand real quick, and like, here you go.
Yeah. So Penguinrum, are you aware of that show?
Penguinrum, which one's that?
We haven't watched it, but it's one that I've wanted to watch for a little bit. The only place you can watch it right now, I think it's High Dive. Anyways, it is getting a compilation anime film, and it was crowdfunded in 150 seconds. Seconds.
Wow. That's fucking nuts.
What? Yeah, exactly. So
imagine if
it's pretty much going to be like a recap film. So for anybody that hasn't seen it, this might be the way to go. Who knows? I haven't seen it, so this might be the way for me. We'll see what people say.
They're like, hey man, COVID vaccine or Penguinrum, which one can we fucking fundraise first? I mean, we just nailed Penguinrum. Might as well try to do the vaccine now.
150 seconds. Like, what the fuck?
That's nuts. Okay, that's cool. Now I guess I'm excited to have that, little interesting fact in my back pocket. Like, yeah, did you know that this was funded in 150 seconds?
Specific anime's recap film was crowdfunded in
150 seconds. That's dope. Cool. Good for them.
Anime news, baby. That was it.
We
did it. We fucking...
Thank God the news is such a slog. Okay, well, here we are. This is the part of the episode where we talk about what we watched this week. I did tell Trip that I was hoping to keep this episode a little more light because, I got...
Keep it light, keep it tight, baby.
Got a long drive ahead of me tomorrow with Sierra.
Keeping it superficial as hell.
Yeah, and let's be fucking honest.
Okay.
I am happy that this show... really, I guess, just kind of suck dick, because that doesn't. I mean, I don't have I don't feel like I could sit here for an hour and a half and talk about it. I don't think there's enough in there in it to dissect that much. But anyways, let's get into it. This week's topic.
All right. Way of the Househusband. It's new on Netflix. Here's the deal, you guys. JC Staff made this, and I don't want to talk about any more JC Staff shows other than One Punch Man Season 2. If you have seen that is a much better show than this.
Oh, so yeah, dude.
Take that into consideration. You could definitely watch the live action instead. I would recommend you read the manga. It's pretty funny. Haha, I had fun. This show is essentially like reading the manga, except instead of allowing certain jokes to kind of resonate with you, it just fucking keeps going, and it looks like I don't know. It looks like a mess. Some parts of it are just like straight up still shots with no characters talking at all, but then there's dialogue being said. Others are still shots, but their mouths are moving, so they're still talking. So there wasn't that consistency. The one thing I do have to compliment is the sound design behind everything. All of the sound effects were really solid. I felt like the music was very fitting for a lot of scenes. That being said, it wasn't animated.
You see, when I was watching this, I thought for a split second, like maybe my TV was acting up. Like, oh, maybe like it's like lagging or something, because it just shit wasn't moving. And then after, I don't know, 5-10 straight minutes of this, it was very apparent, like, oh, because you had mentioned last week or the week before that the director of Way of the Househusband had came out and openly said, like, yeah, I purposely didn't want things to be animated too much because I wanted to stay kind of true to the whole manga, feel, that whole, because, mangas are still images and we read them and then in our brain we imagine, oh, this they got from this pose to the pose, right? And anime is that magical thing that bridges that gap, right? That shows us how that thing happened.
Anime
and blows
is pretty
our mind.
Fucking cool.
And so the director's like, yeah, I wanted to keep it true to the manga, and so it's not animated that much. So watching it, I was like, oh, I already knew it wasn't gonna be animated that much, but to this level, like to the level of how unanimated this anime was baffling. When I was going to college for my animation degree or whatever, we took a class in like pre-production, and one of the things we had to do was like, learn how to write a script, learn how to, make a mood board, and then like a storyboard, and then after storyboard, an animatic, which is like a storyboard that moves. And I've seen animatics more animated than this thing, like, and more polished than this thing. And it was like, it just blew my mind. I don't understand how Netflix picked up such a huge pile of crap and like put it on their fucking platform. I was like, I really didn't want to finish it, But again, I think we mentioned earlier, the only saving grace was it was only 5 episodes and they weren't full length. I think the longest one was like 16 minutes and maybe like 30 seconds. So once I started watching it, I was at episode 2. I was like, I'm gonna finish this. Like I'm not gonna stop, because if I stop, I'm never gonna want to have to turn it on again. Because that's how bad it was.
I'm an intro and outro kind of guy.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to blaze through this shit. So I was absolutely skipping it.
Especially the intro and outro sucked. Like they weren't even that good. I was telling you, Trip, this show was so bad it made me want to watch the live action drama that we watched. I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago.
I'm just sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, I wonder how that cooking show's going.
Yeah,
since there's a spin-off of the live action.
Probably a lot. Probably really well compared to this anime. Yeah, it's like while we were watching that live action show, there was times where you and I were like, it's kind of corny, but it's a it's a live action drama, so it makes sense. And then there was things that they did, I'm like, oh, that would translate really well into an anime. But that would only translate really well into an anime if they animated that fully, right? Not if they didn't animate it. So it's just like, if you really want to I think you were saying, I think you were going to recommend people like, hey, if for some reason you're like, you can't read manga.
Yeah.
I guess watch the live action. Like that is so much better than whatever the piece of shit that I had to watch on Netflix was.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you watched it in English.
I did watch it in English. I was like, I'll watch it dubbed, because I wasn't going in with the highest expectations because of the trailer we saw. We saw a trailer beforehand, and I remember texting and being like, hey, dude, have you seen this? Because I'm getting some real Backstreet Girls vibes, And then I looked into what the studio was, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I can wholeheartedly say Backstreet Girls is 1,000 times better than Way of the Househusband. Like I'll watch that over part 2 of this. And by the way, we're not going to review part 2. We had an email from somebody, and they were like, it was really funny. Their email was like, hey, I know you guys are going to talk about Way of the Househusband. I was only able to watch like 2 minutes of it, and then I had to stop. Good luck. Please don't review part 2. Don't be, rest assured, we will absolutely not review part 2. I fucking no, I can't do it. It's so bad.
Shout outs to you, dude. Thanks for watching 2 minutes and letting us know immediately. Fuck this show, because that's how a reaction should be. Mm-hmm. If you have any kind of respect for anime. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
Anyways, it was fucking awful. What?
You did say you laughed like twice, right?
I absolutely laughed twice, and it was when I wasn't paying much attention, and then it felt like I was reading the manga, and I was like, that's a funny joke, just because the manga is fucking good, and they just took the same writing, and it's nothing that you haven't seen before if you've read the manga. It's nothing like that at all. But some of those jokes just land pretty good. So for anyone that doesn't know what this show's about, because we've been talking a lot about the different assets of the show, you essentially have a dude who used to be the boss in the Yakuza, and he has since strayed away from that life, and he's become a house husband, which essentially just means that he runs errands and cooks food and cleans up. And it's funny. It's fucking funny. I don't know why it's so funny, but it is. The faces, the reactions he has. I don't like the things he says. There are a lot of jokes about him saying things, like asking where the flour is at the store, being like, hey, you guys have any of that white powder? And she's like, I don't want to help you, like the clerk or whatever. And then you find out it's actually flour. That's not what I like. Those aren't the kinds of jokes for me. But it's the unexpected humor of just like, all right, we're in this kind of a situation, and immediately he turns into a different person and starts handling this situation in a really intense way that completely cuts through what you were expecting.
So even subverts your expectations, right?
Yeah. So even though you're expecting him to come in and do something ridiculous and act like a Yakuza boss, sometimes he comes in and he does something different than what you would expect in a really positive way. I like it. I don't know. It was just a good time. As far as those kinds of jokes go, it doesn't really nobody is the butt of any joke, which I think is interesting too. They do a pretty good job at keeping it very wholesome while also being intense and swearing, and he bleeds a lot, and he like is gonna chop off his finger right away. Like, you know, there are a bunch of things that are darker, but then over all of that, it's incredibly wholesome, and it never makes anybody the butt of a joke. So that's the stuff that this show has going for it. But mostly it's just the manga was so well written and so good that it needed to get a television adaptation. It received a live action adaptation first, and then it received this anime adaptation, and the jokes translated differently. There are some specific jokes that are made for the manga that when they tried to convert over, they didn't really try to change how it was told. They just did the same panels and wrote the same things.
Yeah.
And didn't feel as good. So essentially you're getting... When you're reading and it includes music, the music really has to fit that kind of a scene. When you're watching it live action and it has music in the background and it's just like not fitting to those same beats that are in the story, I don't know, it feels so bizarre. It's not animated. If you're gonna have music and have it about dancing, this motherfucker has to dance. He can't just be standing there posing while there's some like really mellow music playing when it's supposed to be like a dance class. I don't know. Some of those jokes really did not land for me when I was watching it, but reading it, perfect.
Yeah,
fantastic
for sure.
Execution on so many different jokes.
I think that's interesting that you bring up the fact that like even though he bleeds a lot and there's like curse words and stuff, like that it's still more or less wholesome, kind of like like the live action drama felt like it was for sure made for TV. Like, oh, you know, like they toned it down more, right? Than at least the anime. You know, I hate calling this an anime. Did you know? But this is rated MA on the Netflix scale, which is again never too clear because sometimes it's like
they're dropping some
smoking,
swears,
but like sometimes like smoking MA, so it's like
this also had smoking, so
MA instantly.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, that was that. But the thing I hated the most, I know we were talking about that important dance scene. I think that what I hated the most is when someone would speak and they were not like because sometimes characters think internally, and we hear their monologue and stuff, which is just kind of something that happens in anime. But when someone is speaking and their mouth isn't moving and they're just still as fuck, and I'm left guessing like
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, again, I'm not sure. Are you speaking out loud? Are you speaking in your head? And then someone else will respond to what they said, and they go, "Oh, that was an out loud conversation or whatever, or an out loud piece of dialogue." And they did a horrible job of letting me know what was going on. So even when I would turn away and not look, I was like, this might even be better because now it doesn't fucking matter, right? Because the TV's barely moving. The pixels on the screen are fucking locked because they're keeping true to the manga. Fucking such a cop out. They should just been honest and be like, we made a shitty thing. And here it is, as opposed to some bullshit thing like, yeah, we wanted to just keep it true to the thing, to the form. No, fuck that. Because you know what? The manga still exists and it's still really good. You can go read it.
You should go read it if you're interested in like a comedy manga.
Yeah. Why would I read the screen where it looks worse? Like the drawings are shit. Like it's like not good.
Your brain filling in the blanks is going to do a much better job than the show did, which is just so unfortunate.
It just, yeah, I mean, even just the art style that from the manga is just so much nicer and more detailed and more fucking, I don't know, gritty at points, especially when he's all bloodied up or beat it up or whatever. And then the drawings for this anime are just boring as fuck. They're flat. There's no volume. Shit just doesn't feel real. It feels like this entire anime is a joke. It's a prank. Someone fucking pulled a fucking fast one on us and they go, JK, the real way of the Househusband, anime is actually around the corner. Well, this is just a haha that we did for April. But it's not. It's just a bad fucking show all the way around. I mean, you do say you like the music, but because I don't really ever pay attention to music, it's something that, not just music and the sound design.
Yeah.
It's never anything I really pay attention to. So
I think that they fit certain beats of the show very well. Not all of them. It ruined that one dancing scene. But a lot of the music fit the the themes of the scene very well, I thought. The sound, of course, was so good. You just like that episode where they're trying to prepare for his birthday. It's a whole bit. His wife is terrible at doing any household stuff, and his best friend, is also bad at everything. But they're trying to surprise him for his birthday, so they're like taking turns doing different things. And one of the things they do is chop fruit. And the wife is just fucking brutal. And the sound effects for it were perfect, man. She is chopping like a motherfucker, and then he's just being all chill. Like, you could really hear how much effort went into that sound design for it. And I think that really, really shines through the rest of the show. Considering that they didn't want to animate much, they put more effort into that sound design. And it shows. It's a very, very positive thing, as well as all the voice acting. I thought the voice acting was phenomenal because these people are really selling it, dude. Like, it's just still frames, so they are fucking killing it. I mean, normally you're watching an anime and like when the voiceovers are being done for a show, there are like certain beats where it starts out, and then you're like, all right, I'm coming in here, and I'm gonna say my things, and then it's gonna like end at this point, and you record a little section of that. But for this, it would just be the same still shot. Like, there would be nothing going on.
So,
and they have to fucking sell it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they do such a good job at doing that. So, terrible show with, you could tell the people were really struggling to get the right stuff where it needed to be. That voice acting, that sound design, and then for whatever reason, the animation just thrown out the window.
I think an episode that I would have liked to see animated, or at least a bit, was the bit when they're practicing for volleyball, and then like the guys that show up for volleyball are like a bunch of like tough dudes, and they're like, I know it would have been so good if it was like fully animated and it looked fucking clean. It's a bummer it didn't. That part. I think another one. I don't know what the gist of it was. I think he's riding his bike and he runs into a limo and like he crashes through it or whatever. And it turns out the guy inside of it's like a Yakuza guy. And he ends up giving him mittens to like, hey, hold on, these for me. And like, they makes him like emotional. He just like remembers like his mom buying him mittens or his grandma buying him mittens. And it made him like almost like turn a new leaf. Like, oh, that was really funny. Too bad that shit wasn't animated, properly.
It's just like they got into a fight. And then instead of it being an actual fight, a gun was pulled. He like immediately is able to disarm him and like roll over him and put gloves on him. And that was great, but none of it was animated. So
it reminds me of like when you see a little kid playing with two action figures, like they hold them together and they're like, now they're fighting, they're wrestling in the sky. I was just like, they sure fucking are, dude. Like, it was great.
A shot of them standing, a shot of the gun, a shot of like his hands on the arm with the gun, a shot of them rolling, and then the mittens. And that was it. It wasn't like animated. We're talking still frame pictures for each of those moments. Fucking wild show, dude. I can't believe that this got made. Like,
it almost feels like the way they were doing it, they should have just done like even smaller bits. They should have been like 4-minute segments if they're not going to animate it. Why make this even? Obviously, they couldn't do it for 22 minutes. Like, it couldn't even be full length. Like, why make me suffer through 14 to 16 minutes of this? Just make it 4 minutes chunks. Pick your favorite bits and put it in there, because you don't need much of a setup for this show, right? Like, the setup can be done in one episode. Like, hey, former Yakuza guy, now he's a house husband, and then boom, just do the okay. Here's the bit where he's in the gym. Here's the bit where he's doing volleyball. Here's the bit where he's cooking, and like maybe take some time to actually fucking animate them, as opposed to not animating several minutes of longer episodes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. One thing that really bothered me too, this was just me personally, I guess.
Yeah.
Each episode ends with a little like bit about the cat going off and doing some bullshit. They took so much longer than they needed to with those, and they still weren't animated, but now you just have like not funny situations again and again. Like, it's all expected cat jokes, which we've seen plenty of times before.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit different. If you own the cat, you're like, yep, that's cat thing.
It's almost like they wanted to make the cat show instead, and like, fine, can we put the way the house husband in front of it though? And they're like, if you put the way in the house husband in front of it, we'll let you make your stupid cat show. He's like, yes, fucking nailed it. JC Staff's on the fucking map. Yeah, I forgot about that. The first time it happened, and then it just kept happening. And it's like, oh, okay.
Well, I noticed it said like whatever the cat's name is, like Gene or whatever, Gene's Walk Part 1, and I'm like, there's a second part to the walk. All right, guess I'm in for a ride here, and then nothing happens. You're just like, all right, very cool.
At least I knew whenever the cat showed up that it was time.
Like, all right, another episode.
I was like, oh, cool, another one's fucking in the bag.
Dude, I don't know. It was so pointless. I think that's really just what keeps coming through is how entirely pointless this was.
How unnecessary it was. It should have either been done right or just never existed.
Yeah.
I would even. Oh my god! I guess the only way this show could have been worse if it was done by Polygon Pictures, right? Like it's like.
I haven't seen them do a comedy.
What? Godzilla? No, what was it? Fucking Pacific Rim wasn't a comedy with those accents. Boom! God, I'm roasted. They did Pacific Rim, right? The Black. That was Polygon Pictures. It was. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, it was.
That was their best show. Yeah,
it was easily their best show. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I really have nothing more to gripe about this show besides it being the worst ever. God, is it worse than Aiko, which is usually my go-to as my least favorite anime of all times? Actually, oh no, time out. I think X-Arms... Was X-Arms even animated?
You didn't watch much of that, though.
I know, but it was so bad, Trip. Like, this absolutely goes... This Way of the Househusband anime goes in the pile of, like, one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. And that sucks because I was really, especially when I found out about the premise about this, I was really looking forward to it. I guess if you want to watch a good show, fucking just go watch Hinamatsuri. You know, if you want to watch a good comedy show where you have like a Yakuza in it, that's probably that's my bet, honestly.
If you want to watch a good Yakuza comedy, just go check out this other show. I love that that's like a genre.
Yeah, well, I love me some Yakuza comedy. Or like we said earlier, go watch the live action drama. It's so much better than this. Or fucking read the manga. I don't know, but don't ever fucking watch this anime.
Never.
Okay, that's it. You got anything else to say, Trip?
No.
Okay, well, that's it. Well, we did it, boys. We fucking knocked this one out the park. Next week we'll actually be I hate it. But we're going to be at it for a very long time because this season of anime is so fucking big. I thought yesterday, last night, I was watching some anime and I was like, oh, cool. I did good. I could probably go to bed now.
And then you were like, what? There's 100 more?
Yeah, then I counted how many more episodes shows I had to watch. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I still got I haven't even touched Funimation. I was like, I guess I got to watch 4 more shows of this stuff and then go to bed and wake up super upset about for work. So yeah,
there's a few lot you're going to be into on Funimation now. So.
I hope so. Yeah. So there's a lot to watch. So next week we'll be doing the preview for this upcoming season of anime. Always fun, always interesting, always a slog. And then after that, are we doing that movie we talked about, or are we doing that shit with our boy Wes? What's the move?
I'm down for whatever, baby.
You down for whatever, dude? Okay, we'll have to play it by ear. We'll have to see what Wes's schedule looks like, because he's the only one holding us back in this whole situation.
Yeah, Wes, just every week holding us back from watching Guardians Wing.
Watching Guardians Wing. I want to watch it so bad. Okay, that's it. Okay, so if you like our theme song, check out Not Mars on Spotify. Trip, where can people find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast didn't fit.
You can shoot us an email, instantRamenPodcast@gmail.com. And each week, usually around 8 or 9 Pacific Standard Time, we will go ahead and stream our recording of the episode. So. Right. This week, of course, a little bit different because you gotta do a big drive, so we're recording a little bit earlier. But we try to stick to the same thing, and that's twitch.tv/Crispather. So check it out.
Okay, well, this is Bob from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
I don't
Trip,
remember.
Don't forget.
I don't.
It's
remember.
the thing we say. We've said it for over 200 episodes.
See you guys next week.
Oh my God. No, it's not. But hey, dude, if you say it now, we'll be sub an hour for the pod. Just do it.
Can I just like? What if I just stretch?
No, you
just add
fucker.
hot water.
God.